What's up everyone, this is Tony with JRNYcrypto. In this video we're going to be talking about the crypto markets. We did have Bitcoin break $50,000. We have ADA closing in on $3 today. We had BNB hit $500 again, and the crypto space just recovering as a whole. So I do have some huge news I want to go over with you guys, as well as why we're seeing another huge explosion in NFT volume with Visa making a purchase of a CryptoPunk today. So before we get started, I do appreciate if you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the bell to be notified for daily crypto videos. Alright guys, so the past couple days have been huge for the crypto space, with Bitcoin breaking $50,000 major resistance. Cardano ADA today closing in on $3. So we still have a few weeks to go before the launch of smart contracts. So definitely we have a lot of room for growth here, and I do think a couple small pullbacks on possibly testing $3.50 by the launch. I do think we will have a decent pullback though and dip after the launch of smart contracts, and I do think things will be on a steady rise as projects start launching, and there's just a lot of focus on the Cardano blockchain. So going forward in the crypto space, if we do continue in a general uptrend, I think any huge project here that does have major breaking news will pump very quickly. So I'm really trying to find these projects and get ahead of the herd here. This is very hard to do though, because you do have to do a lot of digging and research. So I was lucky enough to get in on Avalanche AVAX with that, a project I did think was undervalued. I did get in pretty heavy around $15 to $20, and I did mention this at $22 the other day, the day before that major announcement. That did help this pump to over $50, having a small pullback now, still up 150% on the 7-day. So really looking for projects like this that will have some huge announcements by end of year. I do think there's going to be many of them that will do a 2 to 3x in the top 100. I'm also looking for the really small cap cryptocurrencies I think have massive potential as well. Those are much higher risk, but at the same time, if they do have major announcements, they have huge developments, they can pump up to 10x and more in a very short period of time. So if we do break previous Bitcoin all-time highs, we are going to be seeing a crazy return on investment for a lot of these small cap cryptocurrencies. So I do have a cryptocurrency guides playlist in the top right of this video if you guys want to check that out. There'll be a lot more info in there on how I invest and how I look for small cap altcoins. Lots of great information in there, so I definitely recommend checking that out. So a couple of projects here I do think are pretty bullish by end of year that are currently undervalued compared to other altcoins that have already pumped. One of them being Chainlink at around $29 right now. I think that has huge potential going forward. That is the biggest Oracle project in the crypto space. I'm also bullish on EOS here, the company Block 1 behind this. They are launching the Bullish exchange by end of year. I did cover this in a recent video in the 1K to 10K trading series if you guys want to check that out. So I do think this has the potential to do a 2 to 3x by end of year. I think with the announcement of the launch date for Bullish exchange, this will probably pump pretty quickly. If we do look at the history here, previously when they did make an announcement that they will be launching the Bullish exchange this year, it did pump here in May from around $5 to around $15 very briefly before the entire crypto space crashed as a whole. Now having a steady recovery here, if we zoom in on the 1 month, we can see pretty steady recovery here, but this hasn't really exploded upwards yet like we have seen with projects like Avalanche, Cardano, Solana, and other ones that have already had a huge pump. They're most likely not going to see as huge of profits as some of these projects that will have big announcements by end of year that do bring a lot of demand and attention, that are still smaller market cap compared to these other projects as well. So I do think EOS has that potential to really do well by end of year. Of course, we have no idea when they're going to make that announcement, so I'm kind of just betting on that early. So besides that, I'm still bullish on PancakeSwap Cake as well. That has a steady recovery also. Atom recently pumped, but I do think that has pretty good potential. Axie Infinity, as you guys have seen, is up over 100x this year. So I'm really looking for the small cap cryptocurrencies like Axie Infinity, AXS, getting in those early. So I did get in with a small position in Axie Infinity back in summer of 2020, and that paid off huge. I really wish I went in heavier at the time and understood the possibilities with this. So at this point, I'm really looking for a lot of games like that. So we do have to be very careful going forward with gaming altcoins. The smaller the market cap and the newer the project, the longer the development is going to take and the higher the risk is. Of course, a lot of people are just FOMOing into these gaming altcoins now because they do expect it to do something similar to what we saw with Axie Infinity AXS. This really awakened everyone to the possibility of gaming, especially because games are really incorporating NFTs right now. And I do want to talk about NFTs at the end of this video and why we're having an explosion of demand and surge of volume. And I do believe we'll have an even bigger peak in mid-September, like I have been saying. So just be careful going forward on these small cap gaming altcoins. There's going to be hundreds of these projects launching in the crypto NFT space, making small crypto games. And I do believe there's going to be some huge ones launching over the next couple years that are really going to help bring mass adoption to the crypto space. So I'm very interested to see how this develops, especially with MMO RPGs. There's huge potential here, and this is one of the reasons why I got into the crypto space in the first place. I used to play World of Warcraft, and there was an economy in this game with an auction house, and people actually spent thousands of dollars on gold in the World of Warcraft game. So I saw massive potential here with WoW Gold, with it being a digital currency, but there was a major problem with it being hyperinflated. And I did notice that Bitcoin did have a hard cap of 21 million Bitcoin. So I saw huge potential here with MMO RPGs getting in early on some of these games, how rich some people can get by being an early adopter to some of these games, and how much they could advance in these games as well by being a long-term supporter from early on. So that's going to be very interesting seeing that play out. Also, adding NFTs to game actually gives players actual ownership over their items, whereas in World of Warcraft, Blizzard owns your account and they can shut down your account anytime they want. And this did happen to many players for stupid reasons. So this is going to be very crazy over the next few years as we do get mainstream companies in the gaming niche starting to get into NFTs in crypto. So while we're on the topic of games and NFTs, I do want to make a quick announcement. I did join Seedify.Fund as a strategic advisor, and I'm really looking forward to helping this project out as much as possible with their marketing strategies, adding utility to the token, and helping get some games launched through their Launchpad. So previously I did do a sponsored video on Seedify.Fund S-Fund token, and at that time they were just a general Launchpad project that was just getting started. Now they pivoted to games and NFTs only, so huge potential here. They have a new website coming. They're launching the staking through the Seedify.Fund website. So Seedify also has some good looking gaming projects launching through their Launchpad by end of year. And if you do hold S-Fund tokens, the more you hold, the higher membership tier you can have and the bigger allocations you can get in these pre-sales. But just keep in mind, if you are in the United States, you can't participate in Launchpad pre-sales, which does suck, but you can still stake the S-Fund token. Similar with the TrustSwap platform and their swap token, I can't participate in the IDO pre-sales, but I stake the swap token anyway because I do see huge potential here. So definitely a high potential project, but keep in mind this has gone up huge in the past couple weeks here, up over 500%. So definitely be careful with that. I am dollar cost averaging this throughout the dips moving forward, currently at a $62 million market cap. Still very high potential if this does become a big gaming Launchpad project. So we also had Alex Becker join Seedify as a strategic advisor, which I do think is a great addition because he does have experience running companies. He sees the massive potential in games and NFTs, and he's actually pivoting his channel to be more gaming and NFT focused around cryptocurrencies. So definitely check out his channel if you do want to get a different perspective and get more gaming crypto content. And they are looking to expand this advisory team further, and they do have a lot of huge things rolling out towards the end of year. So definitely a project you should keep on your radar. So another Launchpad project I do see high potential with is TrustSwap swap token. I previously did a video on this also, and I'm just staking this for the long term. I did dollar cost average through this dip. I dollar cost average at the peaks, and I will continue dollar cost averaging because I do see high potential with this. The thing about Launchpad projects though, they don't really do great when the market is crashing and there's not a lot of attention in the space because there is a lot less projects that are launching and doing IDOs. But when there's a lot of hype in the space, things are in a general uptrend, that's when these Launchpads do great. So going forward, if we do break previous Bitcoin all-time highs, definitely 2 Launchpad projects you should keep your eye on. All right guys, so I will be doing an entire separate video on NFTs because there's so much to talk about that, and I do want to go more in depth since there's so much attention on this right now, and I do want to help you guys out and educate you guys as much as possible so you can avoid major mistakes in the NFT space and have a good entry and exit strategy in NFTs as well, not just in cryptocurrencies. So entire separate video for that will be coming in the next 24 hours. Jumping into the crypto news, here's what traders expect now that Bitcoin price has rallied back to $50,000. Major milestone here, breaking $50,000 Bitcoin. A lot of people thought we wouldn't be seeing a $50,000 Bitcoin again until the next bull market. that we would be headed to $20,000 Bitcoin and into an extended bear market. So I'm not guaranteeing we're out of the woods here with Bitcoin breaking $50,000 major resistance, but this is definitely a great sign. And I definitely think we're much more likely than not at this point to be breaking previous Bitcoin all-time highs of around $64,000 and even breaking $100,000 still by end of year. I'm still very bullish on the crypto space in general. There's so many huge things in development. Pretty much every major company has their eyes on crypto and NFTs right now and are getting in one way or another. And I do think it will become a standard that all these companies do hold Bitcoin and Ethereum, possibly some other cryptos on their balance sheet. It's going to be very interesting once we see cryptos like ADA being held by major companies, which I do think will happen in the next couple of years here. So what these traders think is going to happen now that we did break $50,000, low volume hints at short-term pullback. I do think that's expected and would be healthy to have a small pullback here temporarily before continuing in an uptrend and breaking previous Bitcoin all-time highs. So going forward, I do think a lot more support is going to be building in the high 40,000s now, and anytime we do see dips into the 40,000s, that will probably be eaten up very quickly and continue in a steady uptrend. So $75,000 Bitcoin by end of year would definitely be bullish. I do think $100,000 is very possible as well. In the time Bitcoin spends between $50,000 and $60,000, I think Ethereum breaks its all-time high after lagging it during the initial up move. So very bullish on Ethereum as well, even though the gas fees and the network, just crazy how ridiculous these gas fees are, especially with minting NFTs. The gas fee costing 3 to 5 times more than the NFT itself is just unacceptable in my opinion, which is why I think other projects like Solana and Polygon and Cardano are so bullish. We are starting to see some NFTs launching on the Cardano blockchain, so we're very likely to have a small correction here, pulling back to around $48,000 Bitcoin before continuing in a steady uptrend, headed back to previous Bitcoin all-time highs. Of course, anytime we have some great breaking news, that can really make Bitcoin and the entire crypto market surge in a short period of time, and that could really happen at any point. If we did have Visa or Amazon or Facebook, any major company acquiring a large amount of Bitcoin to hold on their balance sheet, that's going to be the announcement that really makes this surge very quickly in a short period of time. So that could take us from $50,000 to $60,000 in one day, in my opinion, depending how big that news is. So I am expecting something like that by end of year. And more support is building in the $40,000 now. And if we do drop back, those dips are going to be eaten up very quickly, in my opinion. So we do have a lot of indicators right now that are showing huge profit potential for Bitcoin, which does mean the entire crypto space will be doing great in general. So Bitcoin bullish cross on weekly chart paints $225,000 Bitcoin price target if history repeats. The weekly MACD delivers 6-month gains of 450% the last time it flipped into bullish territory. So we do have a few indicators here, one including data showing weekly moving average convergence divergence MACD indicator for Bitcoin USD has flipped from red to green. We also have a golden cross coming up. We also have the Bitcoin stock to flow model, which does show huge potential towards the end of year, and many other indicators as well. Everything just looking great in general. So previously, not too long ago, we did have that death cross, which did turn out to be a lagging indicator, and most of the drop had already happened by the time the death cross actually occurred. So with the golden cross, this actually plays out better than the death cross, as we've seen in the stock market over the last 100 years. So Pomp sets sights on new Bitcoin blow off top. It's a prediction that tops even the more optimistic estimates for the remaining half of 2021, including stock to flow creator Plan B's worst case scenario of $135,000 Bitcoin in September. So in 2017, Bitcoin went from $10,000 to $20,000 in 18 days as a blow off top. It would not surprise me to see something crazy like that happen before the end of year. So massive upside potential for Bitcoin, which means even higher upside potential for all the smaller market cap cryptocurrencies that do have major things happening also, and huge developments and launches. So I'll definitely be keeping you guys updated. I will be doing a couple videos on different altcoins that are smaller cap that I'm bullish on in the upcoming week. We'll be talking about staking and passive income soon, and talking a lot about NFTs in general. So we do have El Salvador president announcing infrastructure already being built ahead of country's Bitcoin adoption. So we will have Bitcoin being implemented over the next couple months here. So there will be 200 Bitcoin ATMs and 50 branches capable of converting Bitcoin into US dollars starting on September 7th. So that's our first country that has made Bitcoin a legal tender, and I do think it's possible we do have 1 or 2 more countries do this by end of 2021. We already have a couple considering it, but I do think it will take longer to play out than it did with El Salvador. So more bullish news here. We have PayPal launching crypto services for UK customers. The more PayPal expands, the more accessibility there will be to crypto, and the more services we get like Visa, MasterCard, Apple, getting into crypto payment services, the more accessible it becomes, the more people that will be able to buy in, the more people that will be accumulating for the long term, and that's just bullish. As demand is picking up, there's less supply, and basic supply and demand economics, the prices will be going up in general if we zoom out for the long term. So I do think we're still very early in the crypto space, and especially in the NFT space on specific sets. So 3 reasons why Avalanche AVAX price is up 200% this month, and I think this is very important because understanding this can give us some insight into what other top 100 projects will be surging a couple 100% by end of year as well, that are still currently undervalued and have big things coming, like I was talking about with EOS. And there's going to be dozens of these projects out there that do have huge announcements. It's just hard to understand when these announcements will be coming. You do have to really take a deep dive into some of these projects. So a rapidly expanding DeFi ecosystem and new low-cost bridge to Ethereum network are just a few reasons why AVAX price is up 200% in August. And Ethereum network bridge is massive because the gas fees basically get eliminated here. And they did make this announcement of expanding into DeFi. So this could actually still be quite undervalued, but I do expect this to go sideways or have somewhat of a correction here in the upcoming week or 2. So Avalanche Rush expands the DeFi ecosystem. They did a $180 million liquidity mining incentive program launched in conjunction with Aave and Curve that is designed to introduce more applications and assets to its growing DeFi ecosystem. So I did pull some profits on this to put in EOS and some other small cap cryptocurrencies, since I did get a few 100% profit on this in a short time. But this can give us some perspective on what to look for in other projects. So Ethereum Bridge facilitates asset migration. The Avalanche Bridge AB launched just 3 weeks ago. Today, AB officially transferred over $100 million in tokens and from Ethereum. Definitely pretty huge, and going to bring a lot of traffic and volume to the Avalanche blockchain. So that's why I'm looking for other competitor blockchains that haven't really moved up yet, that do have big things coming. Like I was saying with EOS, they're launching that Bullish exchange, which they will be using the EOS blockchain to log every single transaction that happens, similar to decentralized exchanges. They're kind of combining the best of both worlds with centralized and decentralized exchanges, which I do really like. This is going to put a lot of traffic on the EOS blockchain as well, and really show developers the high potential of the EOS blockchain. So that's just my personal opinion. I do think that does have high potential to do a 2 or 3x by end of year. Of course, we have no idea when they're going to announce the launch date for the Bullish exchange, and if that's even going to be happening by end of year. They did state in May it would be launching in 2021. So I do expect they are getting that ready to launch, especially with the markets doing good. They're going to want to launch by end of 2021. So the craziest news today, Visa buying a CryptoPunk. Like I said, I will be talking more about this and the NFT space in another video, but this is huge news. Something I would have never expected to happen. I would have expected them to buy Bitcoin and Ethereum to hold on their balance sheet before buying an NFT like this. So they spent $150,000 on this CryptoPunk, and it got them a lot of attention, and they will be launching crypto merchant services by end of 2021, I believe. But regardless, I do believe Visa's looking to get into crypto. I do think they will buy both Bitcoin and Ethereum to hold on their balance sheet. With that type of massive announcement, like I said, that could send us from $50,000 Bitcoin to $60,000 pretty much instantly. So that's it for today's crypto news and market update. I hope you guys found it useful. I do appreciate if you guys liked the video, comment below, and share this video anywhere on social media or with friends and family that may also find this content useful. And I will try to be more consistent going forward with daily videos again as well. I've just been catching up on a lot of work after having COVID in July. So like I did mention as well, the cryptocurrency guides playlist here on my channel, lots of great value in here. I definitely recommend going through this, sending this playlist to anyone you know that's new to the crypto space or looking to get into the crypto space. They're going to get a ton of free value here, and you guys could check out that crypto gaming video I did 4 months back as well. Still some hidden gems in there in my opinion. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to stay tuned tomorrow for that NFT video. I'll be going over my thoughts, when I think volume will be surging again, and peaking out at all-time highs, and some projects that I'm personally getting into that are newer that I'm currently bullish on. So be sure to be subscribed here and hit the bell to be notified for daily videos. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.